In this segment, I'm going to introduce you to our for-profit company, Mannatech, a social entrepreneurial organization that has developed a unique platform for not-for-profit funding. Now, the purpose of Mannatech is to develop and deliver the most advanced strategies for solving the global epidemic of malnutrition. Why malnutrition? Because it's become the world's biggest problem. Listen, 3 billion people in the world today are considered malnourished. That's half the world's population. Almost 1 billion of those are acutely malnourished, which means they live every day with a threat of death. About 1/2 of all childhood deaths are linked directly to malnutrition. And listen, there's a lot of problems in the world, but when you find something that is linked to half of all childhood deaths, you got to move that to the top of the list of things that we need to look at. And finally, 5 million children under the age of 5 die each year of malnutrition. Now, some people say, well, it's a good thing that we live in America or Australia or some developed nation. But here's the problem. Malnutrition has become a global epidemic. It's what the New York Times refers to as the new hidden hunger, because the face of malnutrition is changing. You know, the classic face was a child that was underfed and undernourished. The new face of malnutrition are people, and children in particular, that are overfed and undernourished. In the United States, for example, the statistics are staggering. Lack of proper nutrition has become the leading cause in the United States of death. Up to 580,000 deaths a year linked directly to poor nutrition and inactivity. It's become the major cause of disability in seniors. It's linked to about 75% of our total healthcare cost. Now, people say, how can you be overfed and undernourished? And the answer is because our foods have radically changed over the last 50 years. Start with commercial farming. Commercial farming techniques have been developed over the last 50 years to grow food faster and bigger, but it's come with a consequence. And the consequence is we've lost nutritional value in our best foods. Today, fruits, vegetables, dairy, meats have all declined substantially in nutritional value. Now, you compound that by the problem of the development of a whole new category of food called processed foods that now dominate our diets. Approximately 90% of the money Americans spend on food is used to buy processed food. Now, the processing of food removes the majority of its vital nutrients to create better shelf life. And we artificially flavor and we artificially sweeten and color these foods to make them appealing to everyone. But you know, we're losing the war on good nutrition. It led one leading nutritionist to say no matter how well we eat, it's not possible to get adequate nutrition through diet alone. So what has been the industry solution? Well, the industry said we can develop synthetically made or inorganically sourced vitamins and minerals to sort of fill that nutritional void in our common diets. Now, they're inexpensive to make. They can be easily standardized to meet RDI's recommended daily intakes, and they've been predominantly used in the enrichment of processed foods. So anytime you're in the grocery store and you see a box or a can that says fortified with vitamin D or with zinc or calcium or magnesium, that's the fortification of foods using synthetically made nutrients. Predominantly, they're used in vitamin and mineral supplementation. And you know, we have proliferated society with these synthetically made nutrients. Over 50% of the population in the United States now takes a synthetically made vitamin product every day. And almost everyone consumes some synthetically enriched processed food on a daily basis. So we think problem solved, right? We have met the needs of everyone. Well, about a decade ago, research headlines started surfacing that kind of question where we were. I mean, articles saying, are your vitamins killing you? Vitamin pills increase the risk of early death. Can vitamins do you harm? I got to tell you, that has created a lot of confusion for consumers in the marketplace. Because the question is, I thought vitamins were essential, to the normal processes of health. How could taking vitamins possibly hurt a person? Well, I believe that great perspective was given to that question in a study that was published in the Journal of the American Medical Association in 2007. It was a meta-analysis of 47 independent clinical trials that found that the supplementation of synthetic forms of vitamin A and vitamin E and beta carotene at doses just larger than commonly found in a balanced diet actually increased mortality risk. Now, the researchers pointed out that their observations did not apply to natural antioxidant vitamins such as those found in fruits and vegetables. 95% of all the supplements sold in the world are synthetically made. Now, people say, what is a synthetic vitamin made from? Well, the raw material for making synthetic vitamins is petroleum, more particular, coal tar. Now, the problem is that's not a food-based ingredient. And so what difference does that make? Well, this study, Food Not Nutrients, is the fundamental unit of nutrition, explains that. It says foods are comprised of synergistic blends of various nutrients bound together in what is called a food matrix. And it's the food matrix, not its individual nutritional constituents, that best support human biological processes. Hey folks, that is called the design of life. So Manitech's innovative new solution for the global epidemic of poor nutrition is the discovery and development of real food technology solutions. New patented growing techniques like hydroponic growing of cruciferous vegetables have been developed that allow us now to extract nutritionally effective levels of whole food nutrients for supplementation. At Manitech in 2012, we introduced the product called NutraVeris. It's the world's first nutritional supplement to provide standardized and nutritionally effective levels of essential nutrients from real food sources. And with a very innovative new delivery system. By leaving it in a powder, you have the option of taking it by the teaspoon or blending it into any food that you eat. And you know, by doing that, you can help turn whatever you eat into the most nutritious thing you'll ever eat. This is extremely beneficial for families with children who have a hard time getting their children to eat the right foods at the right time. Through Manitech's new donation through consumption program called Give for Real, we're able to link the consumption of this product from families all over the world to the needs of the world's most vulnerable children. 5 million children under the age of 5 die every year from malnutrition. And if just 1% of the existing global synthetic vitamin and mineral market switched to our real food technology solution, let me tell you something, we could link 5 million consumers to those 5 million children in need.